This video is a wrist warm-up, so it's an active movement. I would take off my watch or any sort of tight bands around my wrists. I'm going to perform this once through 5 to 10 times per section. So, your position can be in quadruped, which is hands and knees. The further your butt is back, the less pressure you should feel on your wrists. The further you are rocked forward, the more pressure you will feel on your wrist. So starting with my fingertips pointing to the front, my elbows are locked out. I'm going to rock forward and back. Next, I'm going to turn my hands out to the side, so now my fingertips are pointing towards the opposite walls, right and left, and I'm going to rock right and left. Lastly, if I can, I'm going to turn my fingertips all the way back towards me. And now this will be opposite to what I showed you before. The further your butt is back, the more pressure is going to feel in the wrist. The further your shoulders are forward, the less pressure. So now I'm going to be rocking back and forth with the stretch feeling more intense as my butt gets towards my heels. All of those are focusing on the flexors. So now I'm going to focus on the extensors. I'm going to do the opposite motion. The tops of my hands are going to be flat onto the mat, and I can rock back and forth. Again, I can turn my hands inwards. This is pretty intense stretch here. I can rock side to side. And then lastly, with my fingertips pointed towards me, we just did that one. We're not gonna be able to go all the way the other direction. So fingertips pointed back and to the side are two great stretches for the forearm flexors. Lastly, we're gonna do rocking. So this is what the motion is gonna look like. If it's too intense with the pressure directly onto your hands, you can just do this as well, which is a great first step. But with a fist, I'm gonna rock away, so as if I'm dumping water out. So dump the water out, and then drink the water as if I'm drinking the water. Okay, so dump out and pull in. Dump out and pull in. Ideally, you want to try to keep our elbows straight if you can. You can also bend and straighten the elbows. You may not feel as much of a stretch with that versus just going through the wrists. Lastly, we can come up and down with the fingers. This is going to be working more of the hand, the intrinsic muscles of the hand. So from the side, it would look like flat and up. So palms flat, and then my palms are up, but my fingertips are still flat. Again, you can do this 1 or 2 times through, 5 to 10 times each. Play around with your body weight if it's a little bit too intense. This is a great warm-up if you're going to do any wrist exercises.